To a Lady upon a Looking Glass Scent by James Shirley, 1596 to 1666. When this crystal shall present your beauty to your eye, think that lovely face was meant to dress another by. For not to make them proud, these glasses are allowed to those are fair, but to compare the inward beauty with the outward grace, and make them fair in soul as well as face. Okay, this poem is by James Shirley. He was maybe the last of the Elizabethans, or the Elizabethan poets, because, well, he didn't die until 1666, so he lived to the age of 70, which is quite something. Let's see, he went to Merchant Taylor's School and to Oxford and Cambridge, but he then converted to become a Roman Catholic, and he became a school teacher at St Albans Grammar, and he taught there. He studied under Shakespeare, Massinger and Fletcher, and in 1624 he gave up being a teacher, and then in the next year he started writing plays, and he dedicated himself to writing plays, and he had a patron who was the Duke of Newcastle. Anyway, unfortunately the Civil War broke out, and the theatres were closed. He wasn't allowed to write anything in 1642. This was the age of the Puritans, and see, he was effectively banned from writing. Mind you, he did continue to write for the reading public as well. Okay, so when the Royalists lost the Civil War, he was in a difficult position, because the Royalists are Puritan Protestants. He's a supporter of the king and the aristocracy, so he had to go back to being a teacher. Anyway, what's this poem about? I quite like this poem. It says, to a lady upon a looking glass scent. So this is a note or a poem that accompanies the gift of a mirror. And mirrors were very expensive things in those times. Normally the backs of mirrors also in those days were covered in mercury to create the reflection. Anyway, this poem says that mirrors are, or it says to this lady, mirrors are made for a lady to see how beautiful she is, and then for her to be able to measure this against her internal beauty. And a mirror is designed to help a lady to understand that she must be as beautiful externally as she is internally. So, when this crystal shall present your beauty to your eye. So when you look at yourself in this mirror and you see quite how beautiful you are, think that lovely face was meant to dress another by. So when you see your beautiful face in the mirror, remember that this beautiful face that you have is meant to accompany another face. And this other face is the internal face, the internal beauty of the woman. Yeah? So the external beauty and the internal beauty need to match each other. For not to make them proud, these glasses are allowed to those are fair. So these mirrors are allowed for beautiful ladies to see but to compare the inward beauty with the outward grace, and make them fair in soul as well as face. So these mirrors are so that you can see how beautiful you are externally, and that can be a reminder that your internal beauty, your goodness, your soul, your generosity, your charity, must be as good and as beautiful and as graceful as you are externally. And he's saying that this mirror, you should use it as a mirror to your soul, to think about who you really are, think about your real character, and to equal your external and internal beauty. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. To a Lady, Upon a Looking Glass Scent by James Shirley.